Welcome to Miami Condo Minute. I'm Peter Zalewski. I'm a condo consultant. I'm also the founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. Check out our website, miamicondo.club. If you give me a minute, I'll give you some valuable information about the South Florida condo market. What are we talking about today? We are talking about how a submarket in greater downtown Miami, submarket that we refer to as the Central Business District and or downtown, it now has close to 25 months of supply, 25 months of condo units on the market that are just sitting there. They're languishing on the market and nobody's buying them. How do we know this and why do we know this? Because we are doing a tour this Saturday. We're going to be doing a 3-hour walking tour. We're going to travel about 4 miles or so. We're going to wander around and we're going to take a look at this particular submarket. It is a casual tour. I give all attendees a handout of all the condo towers that are located in a particular area. We also give you essential information about the age of the building, how much supply is available in a building. We help you to analyze the various buildings because we are believers that in order to buy a condo, you find a building you like, and then you go after the unit that makes sense. Too many people chase around looking for units, and once they find a unit at the right price, they come to realize that maybe the condo association isn't necessarily a good fit. Why would that be? Well, because of the Surfside collapse. We've had a number of condo associations that for years simply deferred all the necessary maintenance. And now unit owners are getting hit with higher maintenance fees, hefty special assessments, and insurance prices are through the roof. So if you're somebody who's interested in the condo market, and in particular, you want to take a look at the Central Business District, which we define as the MacArthur Causeway south to the Miami River, and then Biscayne Bay west to Interstate 95. If that's a market you're interested in, we would encourage you to go and buy a ticket. You can purchase tickets and get more information at miamicondoclub.eventbrite.com, miamicondoclub.eventbrite.com, or simply go to miamicondo.club. Let me give you a little bit more information about what's going on in the Central Business District of Greater Downtown Miami. Remember, it's the MacArthur Causeway south of the Miami River. It'll be Biscayne Bay west to Interstate 95. Right now, there's more than 800 condos on the market. But in the winter buying season, which is November through April, when everybody's in town, the vibe is great, the weather's fantastic, there's always events going on, carnival-like atmosphere. Well, back then, we had less than 200 sales. So if you take the 200 sales that traded during the 6-month period, you're going to come out with less than 33 units trading per month. That 33 unit, that sales pace monthly, you divide that what's on the market, which is north of 800 units. This is how we come up with 24.5 months of condo supply. What does that mean in real terms? That means at the current sales pace, if no additional units were to come on the market, it would take us more than 2 years to burn through all of the supply. Now, typically equilibrium is considered to be 6 months of supply. Anything less than 6 months will make it a seller's market because there's nothing to choose from and sellers have the advantage. Now, in this market, a buyer's market where there's more than 6 months of supply, buyer gets to make their call. They get to go after what they want, and chances are if a seller really needs to get out, they're going to have to discount pricing. What currently our prices? Well, right now in Greater Downtown Miami, in the Central Business District area, the average asking price is $1.6 million per unit, 1.6. How much did they trade for during the winter? Traded for about $802,000. Today's asking price is double what units trade for during the winter buying season. So you got a real big spread here. Now, some people might say, well, what's going on with the vintage condo market? Remember, a lot of vintage units, these are units that are in towers that are at least 30 years old. They now have to do a special inspection as a result of the Surfside disaster. That inspection comes at year 30. So we call these buildings, we call them vintage. It's kind of a nice name for an older type of product. So what's going on in the vintage market? Well, interesting enough, there's about 44 months of supply. Now, granted, there's not a big number, roughly about 29 units on the market, but during the winter buying season, you only had 4 that traded. And so at that pace, you're going to come up with 44 months of supply. In anticipation of Saturday's tour on July the 12th, it starts at 10 a.m. and goes to 1 o'clock. I took a look about what was going on the pending side. There's actually a unit that's currently under contract at $265,000. What's the average asking price for a vintage condo in the Central Business District of Greater Downtown Miami? Right now, under $350,000. How much did they trade for? And this is interesting. How much did they trade for during the winter? They traded for $419,000. So if you bought a condo in the winter buying season that was vintage, you paid $419 today on the market. Sellers want less than $350 a door, and now we have a unit that is pending sale at somewhere in the ballpark about $265,000. So what is the takeaway of this Miami Condo Minute? It looks as if the central business district of greater downtown Miami is really starting to experience some of the severe pressure that's being applied towards condos throughout the South Florida area. I would point out to you, in doing our research, we took a look at the numerous number of rental towers that have gone up, and that's obviously having downward pressure on the ability of people to be able to rent out their units, one-off individual landlords being able to rent and compete against some of these large REITs that control this rental product, making it available because the REIT, just like Walmart, can always undercut that little small-time business owner. So if you're interested, Saturday, we're going out. We're going to spend 3 hours. We're going to walk around the central business district of greater downtown Miami. I'm going to tell you stories. We're going to laugh. You're going to get some steps in. And most importantly, you're going to get a list of all the condo projects, and we will teach you how to analyze these buildings. So we hope to see you there. If you want more information, you got two choices. Go to miamicondoclub.eventbrite.com, miamicondoclub.eventbrite.com, or go to miamicondo.club. I'm Peter Zalewski. I'm a condo consultant. I'm also the founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. Check out the website, miamicondo.club.